While it's pretty straightforward with how taxes will be deducted for employees, the employers do that on their behalf. How's the government thinking around deduction of taxes for guys who run their own small businesses?
Yeah, and that's a very fantastic question you've asked. So, one thing the government does, right, even in bringing people to the tax net, is by appointing some people as agents. Okay, appointing some people as agents. So, in the world of business, you can't live in an autarky, right? An autarky simply means an inclusive, where a restricted environment where you are not transacting with someone else. You can't do business with yourself alone, all right? We don't run an autarky system. So you would have to do business with someone else. So the way it works is that the government relies on individuals who are registered to deal with other people or get them to register. So a good instance is that if a small business is transacting with a company, doing business with a company, supplying a company, right? The small business is expected, or the company is expected to mandate that small business to get a tax ID.
Okay.
If that company does not mandate the small business to get a tax ID, that company faces a fine of 5 million naira.
5 million?
5 million naira. So there's a fine of 5 million naira for dealing with an unregistered vendor. Okay? So it simply means that you need to be careful of who you do business with. And you know, it's not everything, it's not all, as a company, it's not everything that you would always be transacting with other companies. There are some small, minute things that you will need help from, maybe an artisan,
yes,
right? So you need to ensure those artisans have a tax ID, or you pay the 5 million. So that way, you are also getting those unregistered folks to become registered, right? And when you do that, there's something called withholding tax. Withholding tax is simply an advance payment of your income tax, okay? Even though we say that every individual, every company has a year to go through their financial affairs, then you have either 3 months after or 6 months after to file your tax returns, more like going to report your business affairs to the tax authorities, okay? So, when you go and report your business to the tax authorities, you're expected to pay your taxes. By the time you are paying your taxes, you can get a credit relief for all those withholding taxes you've suffered from the transactions you carried out with those agents of government, those companies you were dealing with.
Okay.
So all those deductions they've been taking from your money, 10%, 2%, 5%, you can then use them to offset your final tax liability when you are reporting yourself, assessing yourself to the government. Okay, so that's one way the government tries, because think about it, the government does not know what is going on everywhere. The government can only rely on people you transact with. And the other thing the government would also rely on, like we said earlier, is your consumption pattern, which can be given by your bank details. Okay, so that's how government would get these individuals to register.